Okay, BLG back with more karma selecting. Digging into Scout's champion pool right here. His Azir has been legit in some of the games they've won. You do this with LCK as well? Yeah, frequently. It just depends on the day. There weren't any LCK games for the last couple of days. If you want to see games that I do, here, go to the VODs channel. These are all the VODs. I'm streaming like 30 hours a week right now, guys. It's a lot. I stream 6 days a week. This guy is hot as hell. I know. That's why we got Dilf Gamer in the tag. Going back to the older stuff before the season started. Yeah, we'll get back to that. Sorry I couldn't do more. I got a bit caught up with some real-life stuff during the off-season. But we're back now, doing all the streamings. It's been fun. Thanks for watching, guys. Karma again, going into a solo lane. Orianna will probably suffer significantly less if it's Knight on the Karma in the mid lane again than we saw Scout kind of suffering on the Corki early game last time. Varus and Nautilus. Jun's Jarvan is an absolute beast and, you know, very easy to catch Varus and Orianna. Lee Sin. Okay. Jun was super good on that last time. Still no Maokai ban. Udyr up. Rumble up. Bin's Jax not banned, but is it actually secretly a Jun Jax? That would be intriguing. We have seen some more Jax jungle games. When you're playing the more supportive mid laner, you actually have good speed for Jax to get into engagements. And Jun is he is the carry jungler right now, guys. He is the carry jungler. Also, like, super good into Xin Zhao, right? Because it shuts down Xin Zhao's ability to heal or knock you up. Because his Q is tied to his auto attacks. Interesting. Yes. Yes, in LEC it was played jungle. So appreciate figure like Monty and Thorn have been following since the OG and NLB days. Doa and Monty. That's why you should go to the Culture channel and watch my podcast with Doa about called Nerd Legion. Go watch it. Doa and I still make content together. I promise you'll enjoy it. Talking about new sci-fi fantasy nerd TV shows and films. Mostly negatively because they kind of suck. How does your Malignance work if your R is a non-damaging ability? Well, in Karma's case, it procs on the empowered ability. Yeah, but if it doesn't deal damage, it doesn't proc. Do you two watch anime? No. We are releasing a Blue Eye Samurai episode soon, though, which is animated. And we did Scavenger's Reign, which is a fucking banger animated show. There's also Foreplay on that channel, which is the movie show that Richard Thorne and I do, which is very fun, and I think you guys will like. So please subscribe to the Last Free Nation Culture channel. Please do that. Have I watched Arcane? Yeah, I mean, I'm in Arcane. I'm in Arcane, guys. Yeah, Silco. Dude, I look exactly like Silco. They 100% made me Silco. I don't know how else to say it. Like, look at this shit. It's ridiculous. This is me. This is me, guys. This is Monty. This is Monty. Like, what the fuck? This is me. That's just me. Like, I don't. That's me. With a shirt and a vest. Yeah. He has a different face. He does not.
LNG 下路想法还是挺明确的，就前面换血不能输，因为毕竟泰坦一级跟上去的话，维鲁斯也没有那么多伤害。
You know, someday when Nymira and I do the Silco Victor cosplay, it's gonna be unreal. Guys, it was so funny. So I actually went to the Arcane premiere on Riot's campus. So I was a guest. Crumbs invited me as his like +1 because he was on LCS at the time. And I don't think people realized I was coming. And I love going to Riot events because like nobody can say shit to me, but I can just do whatever the fuck I want. So I was just being drunk and super obnoxious and making everybody really uncomfortable by being there. And like they had this tent sitting outside in the courtyard. And where it was amazing. I mean, they had this really cool tent that was like a circle and it had two screens. It had like a screen in the middle and a screen on each side and like theater seating. They accidentally put me on camera too, which was so funny. Like when Rivington was doing the introduction, they ran a camera through the audience and I was sitting right on the aisle. So they accidentally put me on their like Arcane premiere broadcast, which was super funny. But it was hilarious because we just started watching it and I was like, what the fuck? Why am I in this? At the premiere. Also, my college roommate was one of the writers on Arcane. He wrote episode 4. I'm confused. Why does Riot not like you? Oh, my friend. So the expiring ward on Raptors from the level 1 catches sight of Jun as he's coming around to try and punish. Ends up coming over the wall. Nice E over the wall from Weiwei, forces flash. Scout goes in, gets the auto attack. Orianna passive helping out there a little bit. Here we go back in again. Oh, on with the clutch re-engage. 2 for 1 though. I thought you would have been persona non grata from Riot events. Yeah, the thing about that is that they're kind of in a bind where if they ban me, then I make a giant stink out of it on social media and they look like the bad guy. But if they let me into their events, then I can do and say whatever I want because I don't care what they think about me. And so I'm just super obnoxious. But if they try and kick me out while I'm there, I just film it and put it on Twitter. So they're not in a great situation. You know what I mean? Like, I have a lot of power.
回去还不太会亏线，找到了一波完美的时机。
这个游走真的有点关键。
因为主要现在就是之前那个兵线上线的速度改了之后，中单真的挺难游走的，不能找到这么好的时间点。
这里勋是血量劣势的情况下，还被打了套先手啊。
就这波他没有想到微微会在这里。还是落的这波支援吧比较关键，不然换都换不掉。
救场很及时。
I wish I could get rid of all these stupid messages. I actually want to see what happened in the bot lane there again. I don't know if we're going to get a replay of that. Am I still mad at Riot for Renegades? Yes, obviously. They cost me a ton of money. And they lied about me publicly. Tried to assassinate my career. Like, they're pieces of shit.
Q 技能交过了，有机会倒勾到吗？勾住了，极限距离，那死了呀！这波昂是把 Mark 的勾给骗出来了，他就在这里装，我只有一个人，我给你换血的。主要昂这个人你琢磨不透，死了呀！这波昂是把 Mark 的，Q 技能交过了，有机会倒勾。
What's Mark doing? They just literally laid a trap for him where he had no vision coming back from mid lane. It's just free. Kill actually making up for a lot of the CS difference that is being caused. But I mean, like, what are you doing, buddy? Your jungler is topside. You gonna remove the text on screen with a button in the bottom right? You don't say. What does that do? Oh, I did it. Do you think you would be a better place if you had not talked about caster salary so publicly? No. They already hated me. And also, I wasn't going to not do that because at the end of the day, I refuse to let myself get fucked over and allow companies to be evil to people that I care about or me. So I'm not going to live my life that way. Just not going to do that. I'm not gonna die knowing that I lived my life being a pushover for a corporation. It's not gonna happen. I'm gonna get what I deserve. And you know what? I did. And I know you guys will say, oh, haha, because he can't cast anymore. No, I just got more money as a result of it. If I had allowed myself just to like be Riot's bitch, I would have actually made a lot less money in my life. And I would be a lot less happy with my career. I own 20. under recommended channels, wondering what I was up to. I'm streaming 6 days a week. Bangers only. Let's go. Having a good time. Making all the content. 6 podcasts. Regular videos on my YouTube channel. It's all coming together this year, guys. I mean, Cage will stop casting because he was making millions of dollars. Let's be real. He should. He should absolutely stop casting. You picked up some Korean from living there, and I assume you know Latin from my classics background. I do know some Latin. What other languages do I know? Actually, my French is better than my Latin or my Korean. I'm conversational in French. Like I can get by just fine in France. I think if you gave me 6 months of French immersion, I would be fluent. Where did I learn the French? In high school. French is easy.
LNG 也在来，野辅一起动，想等 BLG 打先手，但看这个位置的话，两边应该都不会动手了。
但这里看 on 可能会有点危险，不过他们
想抓落。
And it's especially easy if you know Latin too. Like if you know Latin and English, French is easy. My Latin's pretty rusty though. Bold flavors. Thank you for the tier 1 sub. Nice engage. Super good engage by On. The skirmish is just so strong with this Rakan and Jax combination, guys. Skirmish is so strong. Work with me here. Work with me, VOD. Mark trying to fight for vision here. Scout low and also low mana. Jun flashes on him. Scout flashes in response. Misses the counter-strike, but instant flash engage from On. Double knock-up. It's beautiful. Wei Wei tries to save it, but Elk's already there with Ghost. Pickoffs from BLG, really, really good. The synergy between Jun and On is getting, you know, is very fun to watch, I think, on those engages. Apparently, Cagel said he made shy of 1 million last year because the ad rev from plus subs from Twitch is terrible for EU streamers, and he didn't have that many sponsors. I mean, his YouTube is also huge. Like, does that include his YouTube numbers? And if he only made 1 million, he should fire his manager or his agent, because there's no way he shouldn't have sponsors, guys. No way. I don't know about ad rev share stuff in Europe. I don't know about that, but it's kind of outrageous he could have like 100,000 concurrent viewers and make barely $1 million last year. He had display. Yeah, this I don't know if they paid him a lot, guys. Aren't they shutting down Twitch in Korea? They are, yes. Soon, I think. Doesn't matter, though. It doesn't affect me. I think Dom had more sponsors than Cagel last year. Yeah, I wonder who is selling on Dom's stream, guys. Who could it have been? Who could have been hooking Dom up?
不能像之前那样一直去推
发条没闪，基本上贾克斯来他就走不了。
就他不会离开这道墙了，就他只会站在塔前。
Dom's great though. He's really good at sponsorships. Very professional.
发现了 LNG 的野辅，现在要抓中也很难呀，奈德有闪，而且他又是个卡尔玛，他只要不乱用 E 技能的话，对于 LNG 来说挺难找到机会的。
而且现在霞也是到6级一段时间了。
Thanks for all the culture content.
有大招一直在身上。
Makes driving to and from the hospital to visit my dad suck just a little bit less. That is dark. I'm sorry you're dealing with that, man, but I am grateful that I can make it slightly more bearable. But good thoughts out to you, Lotus Snap. That sucks, man. Are you able to monetize your VOD reviews on YouTube? I need some more viewed hours on the Bangers Only channel, but on the live channel, yes, and on my main channel, yes.
说完就走了。左边野辅也来了，如果打3v3的话，要先起火落，伤害能够把发条大招拉住，落被秒了。
这肯定是够的，第一时间寻找了一个最脆的。
发条把大招给补上了。
这2个大招全都交了，落这个位置就是被控到死的。
上路怎么感觉对着不对了呀？
不怎么，兵哥这还吃起镀层来，2层到手了。
Not meeting me in person at Worlds last year because I was at my friend's wedding on the same date. Well, that seems slightly more important. Besides, I wasn't at Worlds this last year. I mean, I was in Korea, but I didn't like go to Worlds. Should I be watching on YouTube or Twitch? I do not care. You can watch wherever you want. Iridium, that's going to move LCK to YouTube. LCK is already on YouTube. But it won't affect LCK English either. It doesn't affect LC. Anybody who is streaming for foreign viewers, it doesn't really affect because you can simply VPN out. The costs that Twitch is trying to avoid are for people in Korea watching Twitch because the ISPs charge streaming services for the bandwidth they use because there's no net neutrality. So they only care about Twitch being viewed inside Korea. So it does not affect me. It does not affect LS. It doesn't affect people doing boot camps. Because you can just VPN out and, you know, one upload doesn't stress the network. It's like 100,000 or 1 million people watching Twitch in Korea that causes all the bandwidth usage. Thank you, Headland. Why did they have to kill half the LPL English broadcast? Well, for once, this wasn't Riot's fault, guys. Riot actually stepped in and made them even have half an LPL broadcast this year, which is actually very good of them. It was the LPL, you know, the Chinese side that killed the broadcast, and then Riot had to scramble to get it ready again. So credit to Riot, actually, for this one. No real need to go for that. LNG already had objective priority. BLG is going to be fine. Like, their scaling is a lot better this game than it was last game with the Lucian, even though they still have the Karma mid, because Jun is on, like, a hyper carry and Xayah scales very nicely. And, you know, they already have a gold lead, and maybe they won't try and throw it this game. And unlike LNG, they know when they have certain scaling advantages. Not to say that LNG doesn't scale well, right? But, you know, since they're going lethality Varus this game, it's much, and they have a Rumble, it's much more about the Orianna. Who is Dom going to have cast? The regular casters. What's the LPL have against English viewership? It doesn't do anything for them. Their sponsors don't care about it. It costs them money. It's a hassle. Why do they care? They don't. Riot HQ cares that all leagues are available in English. But LPL doesn't give a shit, man. They do not give a shit. Isn't LPL English views relatively low anyway? Yeah, I mean, the playoffs have pretty good viewership. But you also have to consider, like, the question is this, you know, how much money does it cost to do the LPL English broadcast? The answer is not a lot, if we're being honest. And you could fund that with 1 or 2 sponsors. Like, it could absolutely be self-sustaining, guys. It could absolutely be self-sustaining. But the issue with both LPL and LCK English is that they don't go out and get sponsors. So it's confusing. Okay, so Knight actually starts channeling ult before Jun, or I mean his tether before Jun is in position, or the TB goes through, in spite of the fact that there are literally plenty of minions here. Then he flashes out and dies to Ignite. That is not a good play from our friends over at BLG. They had plenty of time to make this dive. They were already he was already boxed in from behind. They're concerned with people getting close, but they have a ring of wards and vision. And no reason to do this. No reason Knight has to die there, by the way, guys. It's a fucking easy dive. What Korean company wants to advertise to a demographic across the sea? Yeah, Samsung, LG, Kia. I mean, what kind of question is that? Kia literally sponsors LCS and LEC. They literally... Here's a great question. Fuck this. Here's a great question for you guys. If Riot is so fucking smart at sponsorships, why did they not take the Kia deal, the Korean company that wants to be on English broadcasts in Europe and North America, and advertise to those audiences and say, hey, shouldn't we try and extend this deal to the Korean English language broadcast, which is watched by those exact same demographics? Why doesn't LCK English stream have a Kia sponsorship? Why? They sponsor Western teams. They sponsor both Western leagues in English. Why? Like, one Kia deal could pay for the entire year of costs of LCK English. Why isn't Riot selling that? You know, where is MasterCard that sponsors Global League of Legends? Where is Red Bull? Where are they? Why does LCK English stream have no sponsors? Why? It's so stupid, guys. I can't handle it. It's so stupid. You know, the all-in cost of the LCK global broadcast is probably, it's less than $1 million. It's probably less than $750,000. If I had to guess what the cost of running LPL or not LPL, LCK English is, I guess 600K. Now, if you cannot get that money back with the amount of viewership, you are fucking up.
而且兰博这个英雄，他可能最大的弊端就在于，如果他前中期没什么优势的话，他往后面打就成一个工具型英雄了。
对，就是减个速，放个大招。
Why is Weiwei building Black Cleaver first? I do not know. Excellent question.
大呀，两边上单，因为阿斌是吃了非常多防御塔的。
Especially because it stacks on autos and he can't auto jacks.
2000块左右 ，LNG 这里其实还是需要等 Scout，其他几个人发育都说没有说特别的顺畅。看 Scout 能不能去找到一波机会，毕竟他现在的经济非常。
Actually, do not know.
超越时间的补刀，加上现在19分钟2件的装备 ，Mark 勾过来，这个位置闪现可得交，哎，
没选择打到底，
对，发条
知道对面来人了，
第一时间过来了。
那对 LNG 来说，如果一直保持这个局势发育下去的话，左边这个双前排打到后面，旮旯会非常难处理。
前排处理起来都有点困难啊。发条这个英雄打前排也没有特别的好。
对，主要还是拜魔这装备太变态了，这装备出了法师真打不过。
Like, who is the armor shredding for? You know what I mean? Who's the armor shredding for? He has Rumble Orianna and he has a poke Varus. Like, the damage, the lethality damage from Varus is going to come up front before the Black Cleaver stacks. So who is the armor shredding for? How do you feel about NAN live patch? You think it hurts or helps them? I think it actually helps them because it forces them to be innovative rather than copying other regions, which I think is cool. For NA in particular.
而且 LNG 下路线很差，上路线也不太好。
下路的线导致他们整个下半区是黑的。
尝试一勾没勾中。
那这样没勾了以后 ，BLG 可以直接 run 龙啊，这样只有看微微过去抢了，直接走进来了，想拼惩戒，先开大招，龙被贾克斯惩掉，而且自己被带走了，这边勾到了昂，但昂太灵活了 ，Mark 被打出了闪现以后只能往后撤退，这样在野区的微微该怎么办？
Weiwei just gets taken out of the pit by Cassante, so no shot at a steal. Jun? Jun? All right, maybe that wasn't the play, guys. maybe that wasn't the play. Shouldn't get a little horny there. Especially because he only catches Mark. I mean, I guess they trade 1-for-1, so worth. It's pretty dicey, though. Ah. Fuck you, loud Chinese stream. I mean, they get caught onto Equalizer with Orianna ult. They're actually kind of lucky that this didn't even go worse for them. I mean, they knew Weiwei's ult was down, but, I mean, the price is they had to burn both sums and ult onto Elk, Flash, Ghost, and now they might lose mid-turret. Like, why are we trying to play into Ori and Rumble ults when they're up? Why are we doing that? Zaya is super vulnerable now thanks to that play. I mean, this is good. Like, forcing the Weiwei's flash out, getting him out of the pit, securing the objective, but you absolutely do not have to take this next play. Okay, harass Weiwei in the flank. Smite him. Fine, he gets slowed. Whatever. Now, do we have to go in on this play? Guess he gets Ori's flash. Ori has to flash out of Counter-Strike, but still really not worth it. Like, that play's really dangerous, especially when Baron is up, because if too many of you die, you know, if too many of you die, all of a sudden you just lose Baron, right? And Elk has to follow up on this play, but he gets caught as they're kiting out by the Shockwave and the Equalizer. So just not something you want to force right there.
主要这个收集确实加成没那么大，
对
又不是玩巴德的，玩巴德的可能会比较喜欢捡。
就是植入到肌肉记忆了已经。
看到
就要
地上有
捡一下
东西就要去碰一下。这段时间 LNG 的经济也咬住了，没有被拉开太多的差距。虽然说在边线上一直受到牵制，但他们上一条龙因为没能拿得下来的话，所以这把他们得找机会打起来才行。
现在还是得先守大龙的视野，但主要前面还是塔掉太多了，视野。
And he hasn't been that innovative outside of obvious buffs to champions. Well, gotta start somewhere.
有大招，而且大招把腐败锁链躲掉了，帮忙再抬一下，一个倒钩。
At least they have a chance now.
勾到了，远距离精准命中，阿斌踢了过来，把 Mark 带回来，发条球卷。
Whoa, what a shockwave.
AOE 能力没有那么的强，装备还不够好。
What a shockwave.
红温了，交不出技能，阿斌也被抽掉了以后，残血直接选择。
Absolutely massive from Scout. Holy shit.
LNG
Woo!
在没有上辅的情况下，有机会动
Baron?
吗？有双
Baron?
可以动啊。
LNG lose this game?
我发疗这波大大的有点完美啊，
有点帅，直接把4个全卷回来了。
虽然可能爆炸 AOE 伤害看上去没那么高，但
Did I miss the LNG versus JDG VODs? No, they will be on my VOD channel. Or on my main channel.
骚扰一下，如果能打。
Or you can go on YouTube and just rewind my stream. They're right there for you, waiting,
其实 LNG 这里打的还是
tempting you.
这个 RQ 已经被扭了。
但是奈特现在要想的是，
Free Baron, holy moly.
如果留住人的话，拖到队友过来是有机会把龙坑里的人收掉的。RQ 刷好了，找嘎了，抬
That was way too close. They don't have smite.
过来是有机会
Holy shit, they don't have smite.
找嘎了，
Oh, that could have been bad.
过来骗技能，又是一个 Q 技的命中，
Do not go in. Leave, leave, leave. Okay.
没拖住。
这波还是BLG 的双人组，在没有闪现的时候，感觉位置有一点激进了。这主要这个狭小的口子真。
All right, Varus Arrow into WE from Xinjiao into Equalizer into Chains of Corruption.
微微也比较果断。
Misses thanks to Elk having ult back up again.
这勾立功啊！
Flash from Gala. Mark also flashes to get Hook down. And that's an instant kill because he has no summoners because of the whoopsie in the mid lane earlier. And they pull a Nautilus in with an Ori ball and try and focus him with a bunch of melee champions. And then they all get ulted by Oriana. Very nicely done.
我们画面一转是这个场景 ，Scott 直接被秒了，BLG 然后更多一些，那这样 Mark 的
All right, well, I guess we're not even going to have a chance to see what the state of play was coming out of that replay. All right, hold on. I'm just going to see where we're at. Okay, we're coming up on Drake spawn again. When does it spawn? Who knows, because the UI is broken and I didn't look at the timer. They are trying to push this out, but they do not actually push midwave up. They do not push midwave up first, and it is not within 10 seconds because this is not gold. And so why are we not pushing up midwave if we have more than 10 seconds? Why are we just face checking right here? Mysterious, guys. Mysterious. Why are we doing this? It's not hard, guys. Please just push up the mid wave. Push up the bot wave before you try and get mid control. Pink ward this brush. Go together. Scout. They go into Scout. He's in the back line. He has no flash.
BLG 然后更多
Instantly exploded.
Mark 的闪刚转好，没有机会交了。
那这波大龙 buff，
Oh, man.
是的，而且马上小龙要刷新，这波 BLG 还可以顺着兵线来摸一下你的中路2塔，等于这个大龙拿了。是的，而且那这波
Mark has 2 pink wards. Mark has 2 pink wards, guys. Is that his pink ward? We'll never know. Whose pink ward is it in the river? Nope, it's Weiwei's pink ward. Mark has a pink ward. He doesn't feel like using it. He has so many wards. He has 6 wards. He has 6 wards, guys.
怎么画面一转是这个场景 ，Scott 直接被秒了，BLG 然后更多一些，那这样 Mark 的闪刚转好，没有机会交了。
Come on, man.
大副 LNG 的节奏要断了，
就等于推进结束了呀，已经。
是的，而且马上小龙要刷新，这波 BLG 还可以顺着兵线来摸一下你的中路2塔，等于这个大龙拿了之后，他们现在亏了。
就相当于打。
By the way, Drake still hasn't spawned, so there was no reason why we couldn't push out our waves.
大龙目前为止是一个收益，现在变成了
那个
几百。
场景画面一转回来
Still hasn't spawned, guys.
BLG 早就知道你会来，然后直接在这里面蹲好。
Mark is going to be alive before it spawns again.
LNG 他们可能在走过来的时候没有
Mark is alive before it actually spawns.
被加了。
We couldn't just use Baron to push out our waves. We had to blast cone in.
两个人是中路这边线过来的，他们想哦。
Why?
他们是想抓中路这边。
Why?
是
Why? Why?
在 LNG 的视角里，他们是去帮对方的。
对。
All right, well, they just get Infernal Soul and win now.
3条龙了，现在这把又是火龙魂。这段时间要看一下 BLG。
Now no one will remember the scout play this game.
可以让他们边线的处理上更游刃有余一些。
I don't like this version of LNG, guys. Get me out.
这边应该是很想
I want last year LNG back.
这波卡玛也直接不守了，已经快30分钟了，就先给了，
已经完成任务了。
对
这个下一塔。
意思一下。
Dragon 3110. Thank you, Twitch chat support player for the Dragon timer.
维鲁斯少个大招。
Good job. Or Twitch chat jungler. Okay. Scout flashed. Scout flashed, ulted, even though Elk had ult up, so they trade super badly for that. He trades flash and ult for a Xayah ult.
给了很多的
Why? Why?
它有个延迟时间。
对。但是现在发条没有闪现了，对 LNG 来说还是要多注意。
主要这个闪现，下一条小龙刷新的时候是赚不好的。
对呀。
这个可能是个大。
Fuck you, LNG. I'm so mad.
杀了。
Why did I give my love to you? Why did I give my love to you and KT? And then both you and KT just turned to shit.
一个信息啊，就是一会儿闪现过去硬开发条是
找
没有
到目标了。
对没有逃生手段的。
Why can't things I like stay good?
Mark 保护的好不好了？现在他们两个可能重要任务不是说把团给开起来，而是保护好发条的输出环境。 又开始哥几个一起做视野，上路让奎桑提去带。现在因为这个
LNG were my guys last year. They were the most Korean of the Chinese teams. They had the macros.
该不该去上路吃线？去上路吃线又怕我遗漏头。
They had the fun skirmishing.
没办法，只要
They had the Tarzan team fighting.
没办法利用奎桑提多出来这个 TP 做点事，而且上面兵还是一直有限的。
是。
那他现在只要 TP 去正面，他什么都不会亏。
I can still love Cuz Lightyear on Guangdong. I can. Yes. Yes. And I will.
因为他们的视野没有办法。
Guangdong is my new best friend. I love Dudu and Cuz. And Bull. Let's go.
虽然正面
Fuck you, Casey. Guangdong is my new best friend.
但是因为 TP 杀还有防御塔的
CV Max,
LNG 现在
I believe in you.
主要还是视野做不出去。然后正面团的话又必须兰博在现场，但是兰博在现场一旦这个团开不起来，一条路就会被带穿。
LPL top team fly. LPL second top team fly. See?
还有不到1分钟的时间，
Believing in CV Max. Yeah, it's good until it's not.
做波视野。
All I have to do is wait for these players to leave CV Max's team, and then they will become world champions.
藏了，找机会 poke。而现在这个世界专注可以。
Hey, man, I'm here for the Bull becomes world champion narrative. I'm here for that narrative.
你还能溢回去，中途打断了一下弹，无伤大雅，能烫得死吗？过来给了个盾。
速度还挺高的，兰博
Commentary analysis were a huge part of my adolescent life, and seeing you cover League again while coming back to this game is so nostalgic. Love your work. Thank you, Bobby Schmover. That makes me feel very happy. I'm glad we can be on this VOD reviewing journey together.
不过还没刷，先排视野。
但 BLG 大龙附近的视野已经做得非常
We have one ourselves who did not enjoy playing with CB Max.
进出来了，所以说可以赶紧把这种绕后眼的地方给排掉。
抓了一波不错的换技能机会。不过这一波 LNG 的大招除了发条全部交掉。
是的，现在感觉这个纳什男爵长得有点像那种动漫里面的怪。
Darren, the former KDF ADC Taeyun, talk about scrimming T1 during Worlds and how much he improved and look forward to next season. Well, maybe he shouldn't have played like absolute trash and lost his team all those games in week 1. It's all right. Team Liquid will pick him up soon, guys. Don't worry.
心藏在侧面，但是 LNG 一直在退，也没有什么很好切后的机会。
其实 LNG 再拖发条闪现好，他们这个阵容就现在不敢主动开，开上去的话，对面all in发条，他们有点难保。
想勾，但是勋直接拉开了，小龙现在已经刷了 ，LNG 必须挤过来。他们有点怕 BLG 直接去打这个龙，但如果 LNG 5个人都在下 ，BLG 可以直接转大龙了呀。我感觉根本就，
而且探到了他们位置很深，
对，
直接往大龙转了，昂开始过来找人了。
他们绕了一个大圈，绕到了下路去，
选择直接放了。
What are they doing?
急了呀，已经。是的，完全来不及了。
What are they doing? How many people do you need to take this Drake? Come on! You don't need this many people to take the Drake. You need one person to take the Drake. One. One person. Pick Gala. Gala, take the Drake. Everybody else, go to Baron. They can see it too. This big ward isn't even stopping the vision of the ward. Ah! They know they're not baiting in a brush. They know they're just on the Baron. They know it's not. They know it's not a trap. I hate this version of LNG. Why couldn't they just use the Baron they got earlier like a normal fucking team?
TP。大招换了一下大招，第一线 Elk 都不在，他们应该就是没有想打到底的。是的，又给了你很多的单带时间啊，就一波一波的拉扯运营，让 LNG 少个 TP， 打得非常被动。这好像 BLG 就是明摆着来换技能的，但是 LNG 这边就 TP 就感觉必须得交。
I'm so sad. I just had to watch 4 hours of LNG playing terribly. This hurts so much after last year. Why did we get rid of Tarzan? Bring back Tarzan, please. It's not worth it. Like, I get that Worlds was painful because of Tarzan, but all year is going to be painful without Tarzan.
是的，找了一波很好的机会，当时 BLG 分推，但是
又上去 Q3塔前的找到奈的机会了，发条大招配合微微的伤害，
手里掌握着。
How does Karma die here?
全部在 LNG 这边拉，
就局势都在 BLG 手里掌握着。
现在主动全部在 LNG 这边拉到。
It's actually a really nice combo from Scout and Weiwei. They pull him into range of Jinzhao W with Shockwave, and that way it allows him to E-dash to finish the kill.
就局势都在 BLG 手里掌握着。
It's a good play. Like, that's actually legit just a good play.
发条大招配合微微的伤害，大招开出来把 Scout 带到一个塔前的位置，但 Scout 还有闪现的，而且阿斌一个人伤害并不够，这样血被打残，微微又顶了上去 ，Q3 敲到2个人，先找微微，这边的话双人组在拉打，把兹卡给赶走以后想 Q3 找 Scout 没有找得到，阿斌这位置也要被留下来，又是 Scout 的人头，哦呀 Scout 这波又是大招见奇效啊！
是的，找了一波很好的机会，当时 BLG 分推，但是
That was a very good catch on tonight. There's not much you could have done to avoid that,
正好拉到了 Net。
besides flash the ball when he saw it coming at him from over the wall. And obviously, you don't expect to be 100-0 there. The Jinzhao combo with it was really good.
他们这个小龙换大龙，这样看起来收益就很高了。
Night cocky to not flash the Ori ult. He didn't really see it. I mean, look at this. He's in fog. You're basically asking him to flash the actual Q, which you probably don't think if you're Karma that you're going to die there. And he flashes immediately afterwards, but the W had already hit him, so the engage range of Jin is longer with E. I don't think it's reasonable to ask him to flash that, guys.
大招 Net 第一时间想用盾的加。
That's a really good play by LNG.
而且这段时间的发
Yeah. I mean, he didn't have to walk to the wall without vision, but do you expect to be 100-0 there? No.
因为 CD 很快，现在
It's not a reasonable expectation.
很多的尝试。
After this match, LNG fans in China changed LNG logo to a turtle.
一波团的事儿，但这段时间又没有大龙
That's funny.
远古龙这把会诞生的非常慢。
等一个修龙。
是的，所以解决战斗的方式只有龙魂的拼团了。
Chinese memes. They have too many memers, guys. We need to make more people to make more memes.
BLG 继续推，虽然中路高地塔掉了，但是现在 LNG 清线能力没办法让他们去推水晶。
China has the most OP memes because they have the most population.
1到2个的人员伤亡，就意味着这个大龙 buff 推进就是
的
宣告结束。
就下条大龙再见了。
啊，
And also the most esports
现在
fans.
也没有什么事情可以做，他们能运营的塔全部都推掉了。现在就看有没有机会能去摸一摸中路的这个。
India on the up and up. How are India's memes? Good?
左手还是那么爱读书，我哭死了。不管有没有字儿，你就说有没有书吧。
我觉得也没问题，就卡尔玛这个英雄，
好蹭，
对
对吧？好蹭到助攻。
就一个 RE，如果打赢一波团，虽然中单卡尔玛放 RE 的概率不高，但是确实比较好用。
Indian memes are awful. Really?
等小龙了，回家做装备。
Don't have any good Shiva memes?
记得我上半区几乎点亮了。
Come on, Hindu memes must be amazing.
慢慢往野区摸，然后排视野过去，或者说直接放弃野区，从中线挤过去。
是的，但选择权依然在 BLG 手里。他们这条龙还
Do you think China has as many fans as the rest of the other regions combined? Yes, I do think that.
别的，
这个玩法简直就是个人工野，我自己就是个视野。
就主要真不能给他玩，就给他玩这种特别灵活的吧，他就一直在你脸上那种跳舞一样，但是你拿他没办法。
然后你 all in 他吧，也不容易杀得死。
BLG 先做中下两路的兵线，野区的视野被牢牢把握住。
现在这个兵线的问题啊，导致视野有点很难出去啊。开大了，但捆到的是阿
但野
斌。
区这里兰博很好发挥，BLG 要在这里打吗？
Mark 也被打残了。其实这波对 LNG 来说的话，也没有太多时间给辅助回家补状态了。
是的，
也硬挤了。
但就看 Mark。
You think if we're still in the Cold War, US and Russia would state sponsor national teams? That's actually a fascinating question. I bet the answer is yes.
被卡住了，奈的位置板完全卡死火龙果。
Holy shit, dude. The karma damage.
接受，
已经看到在打了，给个救赎先抬一口，但这位置被卡住了，奈的位置板完全卡死火龙果。
Empowered karma Q.
已经好了，继续追，欧文过来被打断下来，但 Mark 这位置很
确实很夸张。
过来拆水晶了，带着火龙魂的，现在这个火龙魂 LNG 有点难以招架了。
推完就走，毕竟其他路也没有兵线，大龙马上就要刷了，还有20几秒的时间。
得补给一波，赶紧去看大龙。
Elder 4150 because it spawns 1 minute sooner than it should. Yeah, it's on the 5-minute cooldown instead of the 6-minute right now. Too funny. Can't get dragon spawn timers. Broke Elder dragon spawn.
没问题，但是 Mark 又被打残了，现在没有闪现，没有大招，这个大龙驱的严怎么办？两个人已经开动了，
两个人开打，其他3个人骚扰。欧文给你一种我要绕后的即视感，其实就是在给威胁。微微选择捅上去，但这边是个阿斌在顶着呀，过不去，有点过不去。3个人筑成了一道墙。
大龙到手了。
When Elephant getting a Zin sponsorship for us to mass buy, gross, dude. I'm look, I have limits, man. I'm not selling tobacco products to you, nicotine products. No way, man. Especially ones that are designed for like non-smokers or nah, I don't think so. Gambling sponsor win? Well, we have one. Shout out to eSportsBet.
推进对 LNG 来说，不能轻易的放掉自己的上半区防御塔，因为放掉的话，这2路兵线，等会儿阿斌一直带下是根本防守不过来的，他们得找机会开。但对于 Mark 来说，这又谈何容易啊
I think my big thing with Zin is just how it's marketed, especially since it's like marketed towards young people and like teenagers. I think that's really insidious. Like the way that they do their TikTok marketing is like, I think it's fucked up. I don't have issues with adults making adult decisions, but when you start targeting the marketing at underage people, I think it's pretty messed up.
现在2路的兵线压力啊 ，LNG 只能放手一搏了，因为再不搏的话，这个塔慢慢会被磨掉的。但没有一个好的开团目标，开阿斌大招给 L 直接拉开这边，大招都没交出来。这样在泰坦没大的话，这边他是很难再出钩了。他下一次出钩。
That said, I would consider taking a cigar sponsorship. So I think it would just depend. I'm not, I enjoy tobacco from time to time. But I don't have any, philosophical disagreement with tobacco as like a product, but it's just about how it's marketed and what the intent is. Like cigars are, intended for occasional enjoyment. So, yeah, I don't think I would have an issue with that. It's when shit is like Jewel or Zin, where it's like designed to get people addicted as quickly, like young people and underage people, if we're being honest, addicted as quickly as possible. That's when I have issues with it. No, I'll smoke a cigarette at the bar. I think that shit's great. I enjoy that very much. No problems.
并且现在 BLG 只要集中注意力放在下半区就可以了。来看一下这波的击杀啊，阿斌有点太高估自己的坦克。
就一开始是兰博在扛，不掉血就不掉血，但是维鲁斯这一下突然下来有点
百分比啊，毕竟
对，有点没防住，而且微微这波进场还不错，直接把 BLG 阵型搅散了。
啊，打远古龙了，左下角已经开打，右边有点来不及，这清线都花了很大的功夫，根本出不来。
BLG trying to int, but they're just too far in the lead to int at this point in time, guys.
现在真的是
especially with the Infernal Soul. And this game's been over for a bit. I've never met a casual smoker before. I mean, I do it casually.
火龙魂加远古龙的双重组合呀，但现在旮旯一线也很疼啊。没有大龙 buff 的加持的话，推线倒是很快。
中路水晶活了，感觉 BLG 可以转中了。下路没有大龙 buff， 没有说特别容易上，
就需要两路齐给压力嘛。而现在旮旯的剑也很准。 这大的位置撒得很好啊！看 bug 的勾，有人帮挡，而且也没勾过去，还好没勾过去。
勾过去队友也跟不上，但是正面熏一个人是直接把这中路水晶拆掉了。
Yeah, you know, guys, I have to say, like, I think BLG is an extremely good team, but in both of these games, I have questioned some of the throws that have occurred. Like, this was really losable. Like, the last game, like, the happy gaming that happened, they really couldn't lose that game. But this game... I mean, I take it back. They could have lost that game if the Corki had scaled. Like, their composition wasn't going to be super strong into the late game. So it's a bit dicey. But this game was super losable if they don't set that trap that LNG failed to detect. And, like, T1 has had some happy gaming against bad teams and, like, been a little bit silly, but I would think that BLG would be taking LNG relatively seriously. I mean, the Drake control has actually been a huge part of both these games, because getting Soul in both of the games has basically sealed it. The Cloud Soul was absolutely enormous for them to get last game. Does any team beat T1 now to 100%? That's the question. Like, Genji did beat them, but I'm not going to read too much into that as the first match of the season. How many teams can realistically win LCK? 2. We're headed for another Gen GT1 finals, guys. I think it is written. It is written in the book of fate. Faker looks really good right now. Jesus. Well, that was not a close team fight. Well, much longer game than anticipated, but kind of scary with that Baron. Like, that could have been an LNG win, but no dice. No dice, guys.